Okay, so now I'm starting the session. So basically, okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Anil, and I am in this testing, software testing industry from last 13 years. And currently, from last 4 years, I am in cloud testing domain. And previously, I was in automation as well as in manual testing uh, domain. Okay, so before starting cloud testing, I hope you all are from testing background, and I think everyone has some experience, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing is nothing but agenda. Okay, so we are going to see these things. What is testing? Then what is cloud testing? Then why to use cloud testing? Overview on cloud testing, and if you have any questions, you can ask me at the end or in between also you can ask. Okay, and don't hesitate to ask question. Okay, you can ask at any time. Okay, so first thing is testing. Can anybody tell me what is mean by testing? Because all of
Process
you are from testing
validation.
background. Yeah, okay. So basically, validations are done against a requirement. So first thing is nothing but I am talking about generic testing. Okay, if let's say there is a car manufacturer. Okay, so after pressing the brake, car has to stop. Okay, so this is the requirement, and functionality is nothing but we are going to check whether actually car is stopping or not after pressing a brake. If actual result, okay, means after pressing a brake, if car is stopping, okay, that is nothing but our expected result, which is nothing but our requirement. At that time, we are considering as test pass. And if it is not happening, then we are considering it as a test failed. And at that time, we are raising a defect. So this basic fundamental of testing is clear to everybody, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now coming towards software testing. So in software testing is nothing but software testing is a method to check whether actual software product matches expected requirements and to ensure that software product is defect free. Okay. So main purpose of testing is we want product as a defect free. Basically, we are going to achieve quality. Okay. So everything is about quality. Same thing we are going to do for cloud testing as well. Okay. So first, let's see software testing. It involves execution of software system component using manual or automated tools to evaluate one or more properties of interest. The purpose of software testing is to identify errors, gaps, or missing requirements in contrast to actual requirements. So basically, this thing is a software testing. Now let's understand what is meant by cloud. Okay. So in cloud computing, this is a model for software development, deployment, and delivery, providing a real-time delivery of product, services, solution over the internet. Okay. So this over the internet is one of the most important thing because whatever we have that is not present in our premises. Okay, means let's say uh, you are working for a web development company, okay, as a tester. So in web development company, even one person is developing a website. Okay, that website is present inside his laptop. Okay, and that laptop is connected through LAN, then you can test that particular website. Okay, here, cloud computing is nothing but that particular website is hosted on a remote server. Okay, and for that we need internet connectivity. So whatever we are going to access or whatever we are going to test, For that, internet connectivity matters. Okay, if it is not there, then we are not able to use cloud service and not even test that service. Okay, so basically, uh, in cloud computing, we have three parts. One is IaaS, that is nothing but infrastructure as a service. Second thing is PaaS, that is nothing but platform as a service. And third one is SaaS. SaaS is nothing but software as a service. Okay. So if you look at these three, okay, so can you means if we do comparison with our traditional approach is nothing but the server is present in premises. In premises means within an organization. Okay. And here what we are going to do, that server we are keeping at remote location. Means we are not keeping location. We are basically hiring a server. Okay. On rent basis. And in that server we are going to host our application. So this is all about cloud computing. So if you have any question regarding cloud computing, then please ask. Otherwise, means if this is not clear to you, then there is no point to go next slide. Okay.
Go ahead, you go. It's clear, I think.
Okay. Okay. So now I am telling more about IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Okay. So IaaS is nothing but infrastructure as a service. Okay. Infrastructure. Can anybody tell me what is meant by infrastructure?
Infrastructure is nothing but a servers and networks and so many Athena and so many are there. All are comes under infrastructure. Uh,
Okay. So if you consider server, okay, in server there is a CPU. Okay. I mean processor.
yeah,
Okay. Then second thing is memory. Memory is nothing but RAM. Then again come storage come in picture. Okay. So these three parts are as a part of server, and along with that we need network. Again, when you are talking about network, then network devices also come in picture. Those are nothing but switches, router, those things. Okay. So if we have to, let's say, if I want to host a website, okay, and I don't want to take any hosting service like GoDaddy or something like that. I can do it on myself as well, but for that I need infrastructure. That is nothing but I need server. Then that server has to be available 24 by 7. Second thing, I need network. Okay, network. For that I need to maintain redundancy. Means let's say I am taking internet from Airtel. I need to keep one more redundant network from Geo. Okay, so if Airtel is going down, Geo will sustain that traffic. Okay, so like that, I have to keep redundancy. So even if server is going down by some reason, at that time my website will go down. Okay, so at that time, even I need to put one redundancy for server as well. Okay, so these things are for small website, it becomes very costly. Okay, to keep all these thing of infrastructure. That's why basically we are doing hosting, means we are hiring a hosting service. Now you will think, then what is the difference between hosting services and cloud computing? Can anybody tell me? Did you get my question? Currently I'm talking about I means I have a website, okay, and I have to host that website, okay. So there are many service provider like GoDaddy, then Hostinger, okay, like that providers are there, Big Rock. Okay, so in that case, means is it a cloud service or cloud service is different that hosting service?
Yeah, it's absolutely different than yeah, cloud service. Cloud service, it just provide the environment and the physical system. There we are whatever application we are putting in that. And coming to the GoDaddy or third parties things, they they will give you the uh, content and all those things. We need to just uh, get the they will only provide all those IP address related things, uh, so that we
O-
just post the content uh, in that application level. We cannot use it in uh, that GoDaddy and all those things.
okay. So basically, GoDaddy and other hosting services, basically in name itself, they are for hosting only. Okay, means they are a part of cloud, small cloud part. Okay, but they are not actual cloud computing. Okay, in cloud computing, you will get many things. Okay, right now means if we consider they come as a IaaS, okay, where infrastructure as a service, where they are providing us a server, shared server, okay, or like that. Then next thing is PaaS. So I hope IaaS is clear to all of you what is meant by IaaS, infrastructure as a service. If you have any question, please ask me. You can ask any small question, okay, any question. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know whether uh, it is small or not. And in cloud testing, and
Hmm.
what type of infrastructure we are going to test after
Uh,
deploying a.
it depends on basically customer requirement. Okay, means if they are looking for Linux server or Windows server like that, and on top of
Yeah,
that, again, we are going to do, I mean, virtualization or not. Okay, so
yeah,
basically
so
in cloud computing, we are getting virtual machines itself, and those machines are treated as a server because those machines configuration is high enough. And on top of that, if we have to put again virtualization layer, then means it is up to requirements. Okay. Okay, please continue your question.
yeah, thanks. So, for example, uh, there is a Amazon website is there. So they
Hmm.
have deployed their website in Amazon itself, their cloud only. Okay.
Hmm.
So after deploying, as a regular software tester, we have to test the functionality, whether order is placing or not and dispatching or not,
Hmm.
whatever, we will do that. But as part of cloud testing, what we have to test, either server,
Okay.
either balance, load balancers, or
Hmm.
what we have to test. So many components are there. There are around 500 or something components are there, and out of that we will use 10 or 20. And out of that, whether DBs are there, Athena is there, Redshift is there. So many parts are there. What we have to test
Hmm.
as part of cloud testing. You said that some as per uh, customer requirement. So could you please explain
Okay.
two or three regular scenarios and what needs to be tested? Yeah, that's all. Thanks.
Okay. So just you said you are going to test Amazon website. Okay, so Amazon website testing that comes under functional testing. Okay, apart from functional testing, we have to do some different kind of testing for cloud computing. Okay, so functional testing comes under SaaS part. Okay, where software as a service, because we are going to test that particular website, that is nothing but a software. So that software application has been deployed on Amazon server, and we are going to test it. Okay, so that comes under SaaS, and that is absolutely as equivalent to our day-to-day live testing of website. Okay, now second thing comes in picture, performance, or just now you said, okay, load balancer. So load balancer come in picture when there is a huge traffic. Okay, so at that time we have to balance the load. So at that time there is only one URL, that is nothing but amazon.in, and you are going to hit that URL. Not you, everyone is going to hit that URL, but behind that there is a load balancer. Okay, and it will check which server is busy, because whole application is not running on one server itself. Okay, we have already scaled up the server, and on, means whenever you are sending a request, at that time that request has to, means the server which is less busy, on that server that request has to be go. Okay, so that thing is taken care by load balancer. So here come load balancer testing. Okay, second thing is when traffic is increasing. Okay, at that time automatic scale up thing has to be done. Okay, means if you remember, once, it's very, I think it is 7 to 8 years back. There is one big billion day offer. Okay, and at that time, this e-commerce website was not able to, means we were not able to log in to that website because of performance issue. So I will come to this every part. Okay, means under IaaS what we have to test, under PaaS what we have to test, and under SaaS what we have to test. Okay, that is in next slide. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sounds great. Thanks.
Okay, now first of all, now you are clear about cloud. Okay, cloud is nothing but the server is present at remote side. Okay, and that server is not maintained by organization. Suppose I am working in XYZ organization, and our organization has created a software, but that software is not hosted in our uh, premises server. Okay, in premises server means not that software hosted in organization server itself. Okay, it is hosted on remote server. So that remote server is nothing but cloud based server, and on that cloud server, means the maintenance of the server is not our headache. So now we will see why people are going towards cloud. Okay, so basically these three main points are there. First is massive computing power. So what they have created a large data center. Okay, and in that data center they have kept multiple servers. So because of that, what is happening, if my requirement is I want one server, because there is no customer. Okay, I mean only few customer. Okay, 10 to 15 customer visiting to my website on daily basis. But now once my website is become popular, now load is increasing. Now 1,000 people are uh, visiting my website, and traffic is more. At that time I will require a new server. Okay, to do load balancing basically. Okay, is to distribute that particular load. So for that, what is the requirement, I need one more server. And if I am talking about traditional approach, then in that case I need to buy hardware, then I need to do networking, I need to put both the server in same network, then uh, uh, again I have to put that master slave mode. Okay, means who is going to means, if, are you aware of AG resiliency kind of thing, or no? Anybody?
Could you
AG
please
is
repeat?
nothing but availability zone.
Sorry, come
Uh,
again.
availability zone.
No.
Okay. Okay, anybody know disaster recovery or heard about disaster recovery?
Yes.
Okay,
This is
can you please
like
ex-
if anything happens in a physical thing, so it will recover your data.
okay, but for that,
We need to configure the disaster recovery in cloud, in the AWS, right?
okay, right. So basically, if we are, I am getting my only. Okay. So if we talking about disaster recovery, okay, so if by any chance my server is going down, okay, because of some XYZ issue, at that time people are not able to access website content, okay. At that time I need to immediately up another server, or there has to be one more server who is exact replica of first server, okay. And in that there is a one is master, another is slave. So when master is going down, at that time slave is becoming master, okay. So that kind of infrastructure is means creation of such an infrastructure is very difficult, okay, if we are and costly as well, okay, for on premises infrastructure. On premises infrastructure is nothing but company has to maintain their own server and everything, okay. So maintenance and buying cost, everything comes under basically to company or the person who is going to create that infrastructure. And here what we are going to do, here we are getting large data center, okay. Large means we are not getting complete data center, we are getting only one server from that data center on rent basis, okay. So we are going to deploy our application on that server, and rest of the headache is of that cloud provider. So in market there are many cloud provider: Oracle, GCP, AWS, Microsoft
So,
Azure, like that.
yeah, one
Yes.
question here. So, as part of cloud testing, so do we need to check whether master and slave configured correctly, or disaster recovery was attached correctly, or do we need to uh, hit the number of uh, hits to that application and check whether disaster recovery is working or not? In what way we can test the cloud?
Okay, so you provided three options, okay. One is configuration. So of course, configuration doesn't come under tester's role. Okay. So that is done by DevOps. Okay. Our thing is we have to put one server down. Means let's say there is a website. Okay. Right now it is working on master. So for you, it is simple IP address or simply URL. Okay. And you are not bothering about which server is master, on which server that request is going on. For you, what you are going to do, you are accessing the website, and while accessing you have to shut down the master node, sorry, not master node, master server, okay. So at that time what is going to happen, load will be taken by slave, okay. So for some duration, might be for few seconds or might be 1 minute only, not more than 1 minute. That website may not respond, but after that it will start responding. So basically, this kind of testing comes under cloud testing as a part of disaster recovery. Second thing is whatever in-flight orders. Okay, so in-flight orders are nothing but uh, you are going to put one order. Okay, on, let's say there is a e-commerce website and currently it is on master server, okay, means load is taken by master server. Now while putting that order, you are shutting down the master server, okay. At that time that order will be taken care by slave server, or that order is going to fail but next order is going to run successfully. That you have to check as a part of this disaster recovery.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Okay, now we are coming to the second point, improved cost basis. Okay, so can anybody tell means so how means basically we are going to hire a server, but how it is going to cost saver for us?
Cost saver means based on our application requirement, we need to configure our server. For example, only 1 TB is required for that. We will take, and for that there is no load balancers are required. Only we were getting very less requests. So and also DB are there. Only in the DB also we will take the less configuration things. Uh, Based on adoption of the server and other configurations, we will be saved. Is it
Okay,
right?
okay. So basically, this is completely dependent on requirement and what we are going to host on basically on cloud. Okay, so now suppose there is a product, okay, which is under development and that is in development itself. Okay, means it is not yet launched and there are no customer for that product. So for that product, when it is in deployment phase, at that time we can use cloud service. Okay, and we can continue with cloud service till some particular point. Okay, and if we are observed means if we observe that the number of traffic or customers are more, at that time again we have two things. Okay, if our on premises cost is not going beyond cloud. Okay, I mean cloud cost, at that time we can again switch back to on premises thing, else we can continue with cloud thing as well. Okay, so it is up to requirement, what means how much complex application it is, how much customer base it is. Okay, and what if we are putting that particular system down for some time or for particular duration, it depends on requirement. And elastic pricing model is nothing but pay as you go. Okay, means if you are using for 5 minutes, okay, so at that time you have to pay for 5 minutes only. Now let's see, means just take an example of GoDaddy and AWS. Okay, AWS is also providing EC2 service, that is nothing but hosting. Okay, elastic compute. So in that thing, let's say I am going to teach particular concept on server, and for that I need one server for 30 minutes only. So I will go with AWS approach or cloud computing approach, because I am getting server ready within 2 minutes, and after that I can easily show application and those things, and after that I am stopping that server. So I am paying only for whatever I am using, that much only. Okay, so this is one of the beauty, and because of that we are getting elastic pricing models. So if it is clear, now we will move ahead, and that is nothing but main question, means that question is already asked by Venkat. Okay, so testing philosophy will change or not? Okay, so I am taking one car example over here. Okay, so you are a driving car, you know how to drive car. Okay, but when you are driving on a highway, at that time you are taking some precautions, and when you are driving on a rough road, at that time you are taking some different precautions, right? It is a generic question. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes, of course, yes.
Other peoples are not at all giving answers. So are you people are getting this thing or not?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yogesh, Sunil.
Yeah.
Okay, so means if I am driving a car on highway, at that time I will take a speed limit. Means I what precaution I will take? I will take check speed limit. Okay, it should not go beyond 100. Okay. Second thing, while changing a lane, I am compulsory giving signal. Okay, I mean indicator. Okay. So these are the some points. Okay, but car driving strategy is same. Okay, brake, accelerator, clutch. Okay, that logic will remain same. Now I am running that car on rough road. Okay, where I am running it of 5 kilometer per hour, 10 kilometer per hour, not more than that. Okay, at that time means basically on rough road everyone is slow. So while changing the lane, even though you are just checking beside, okay, no one is there, and you can change the lane. Okay, so that is also possible. So if you are looking testing philosophy, that is remaining the same. Means which part is remaining same? Requirement gathering, that is for on premises and cloud. For both the things it is same. Then test plan will change. I forgot to highlight that particular point. Okay, so test plan will change because here approach will be different. Okay, means we are getting multiple things. Means we are considering IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Okay, so this thing we are considering. So accordingly, test plan will be designed. Okay. Then test design. Ultimately, we are going to test application on server, but if requirement is not to test application, means SaaS is not in picture, but you have to test us and pass. So at that time, test designing will be totally different. Then test environment creation, that is on cloud. Okay, so all means cloud feature we have to test. Cloud feature is nothing but uh, scaling, first thing. Second thing, high availability. Third thing is nothing but when pricing. Okay, means if I am using for 5 minutes, then billing has to be done for 5 minutes only. So this thing basically we are going to check. Then next one is test execution defect management, that is as per a traditional approach. Whatever tool you are using, Jira or QC, that you can continue. And test closure, test closure is nothing but submitting the report, how many defects and those things. Okay, how many test cases executed. So that kind of reports comes under project metrics collection. Okay, so basically where we are going, what philosophy is going to change? Test plan, test designing, and test environment creation. Now coming, okay, why to use? Okay, here is the actual catch. Okay, now when you are okay in traditional approach, means let's say server is present in organization itself. At that time, what is there? That server is nothing but physical server. Okay, means you can touch that particular thing. uh, there is a hard disk or storage and memory, CPU, everything is physical entity, that and it is present on premises. So you are not going to run sanity testing for that particular server. Okay, whether those resources are according to requirement. Second thing, CPU utilization, network, memory, those things are actually as per the as per limit or not. If it is going high, at that time what we have to do? Either we have to check why CPU utilization is high, and if it is a basically genuine thing, okay, then we have to put one more server in parallel with first server to reduce the CPU utilization. But when you are going for cloud testing, at that time you are getting a VM. Okay, so while creation of VM, okay, now the thing is like that many applications or many websites are has been designed, or they are say means basically those are product, and through that we can basically create a VM. Okay, so that kind of things are also in market. Okay, and for that we are going to test. Means for example, if there is a website, okay, means let's say one of the company is giving only IaaS as a service. Okay, means from their company portal you can drop down particular things. Particular things are nothing but what what CPU configuration you are looking for, 8 core, 16 core, like that. Okay, then how much memory you are looking for. Okay, then which image do you want? Okay, whether you want Windows based server, Linux based server, or Linux with Kubernetes configured server. Okay, that kind of thing, that kind of images are present. Okay, then which network you have to put that server, means in which network you want to put that server. Okay, so all these things are dropped down, and when you are doing a submit, at that time what is going to happen? At backend, that particular IaaS machine will get ready. I mean, that particular VM will get ready. Now, here testing is nothing but whatever configuration you have assigned, that particular configuration you have to validate against that VM. And that VM will be present in AWS console or OpenStack console. Okay, from where you can check whatever things I have provided, the VM is created according to that requirement or not. So are you getting what exactly we are going to test as a part of IaaS? Yogesh, Sunil, Channappa, any question you can ask me. Venkat?
Yeah, I'm clear what you said.
Okay,
Uh,
now again second thing comes under is nothing but AZ testing. AZ means availability zone. Now let's say one server is present in Mumbai, okay, one server is present in Pune, and one server is present in Nagpur. So these are the cities, okay, which which are in Maharashtra. Okay, so Maharashtra is nothing but one availability zone. Okay, then you are, let's say, another city. There also three servers are there. So AZ testing is nothing but when we are putting all the servers from one AZ, at that time that load has to be distributed to another AZ. That kind of testing we have to do. Okay, and basically that particular environment is created by DevOps. So only the thing, means the thing which we are considering is nothing but which are the servers present in which AZ, and we are going to put load on that server, or we are going to shut down that server, and after that that application should seamlessly run. Okay, and that load has to be taken by another AZ. That kind of testing we are doing as a part of IaaS. So is it clear? Means I have shown you what is a traditional first thing, what is testing, then what is software testing, what was traditional approach, then what is cloud computing, then in cloud computing why we are going towards cloud computing. Now what we are going to test as a part of cloud computing, because in previous slide we have seen whether approaches are going to change or not. So only three approaches will get changed. Okay, and why is it getting changed? Because we are having IaaS and PaaS. For SaaS it is same, okay, almost same. Only might be because of some requirements, some parameter will change, but most of the time SaaS is nothing but our day-to-day application testing, that kind of thing only. Okay, but in case of us, okay, these parameters are coming in picture. Now I'm talking about the PaaS. PaaS is nothing but platform as a service. So can anybody tell me what is meant by platform? Sunil, Yogesh, Venkat,
Yeah,
Channappa.
platform as service as part of.
Yes,
So
please go ahead.
yeah, mul- uh, see Kubernetes and Docker. We have number of servers are there, so we need to deploy that in one shot. So by that time, we will use this platform as service, Docker and Kubernetes. So we can reduce the time of deployment for 100 servers in different locations, and everything we can do it in one shot. So for that way, we can use this Docker and Kubernetes, I think.
Okay. So basically deployment things, okay, that is again going towards DevOps, okay. And that is
Correct.
in DevOps bucket. We are getting these Docker, Kubernetes things already deployed on environment, okay. So here what we are means basically ask is nothing but whether we want a Docker Kubernetes kind of environment or we want JDK and other tools installed environment, that kind of platform, okay. So platform is nothing but means now we are, okay, I am giving you an example. You are bringing a laptop from store, okay. That laptop is having only Windows operating system in it, okay. So that is nothing but your AS, okay. As a part of AS you brought a laptop. Now as a part of PaaS, what you will do, you will put different application, okay. Those are nothing but those application will be used to develop software, okay. So let's say any IDE, okay, that kind of thing. Then whatever prerequisite to run Java code, okay, those are nothing but JDK, okay. So this all these things come as a part of platform. So platform has to be ready, then only we can develop a software, okay. Now next thing is what will be the testing part as a part of PaaS. So in if you are aware of Docker Kubernetes, in Docker what we are going to do, we are running, means in one of the microservice we are creating a image, and that image we are basically, for that image we are running a container, okay. And those containers basically orchestration is done by Kubernetes. So here what we are going to test, pod resiliency, okay. So pod resiliency is nothing but when you are killing one particular pod, okay, at that time another pod has to be get generated on another node of Kubernetes or same node of a Kubernetes. So that kind of testing you have to do as a part of PaaS. Is it clear? Now, if you are not aware of what is pod, what is Docker, means how exactly Docker is working, so that I need to brush up in upcoming lectures. Okay, that I have to explain first. What is the functionality of Docker? How Kubernetes, KTS is nothing but Kubernetes. So how KTS will be used to for orchestration. So this thing. So any question regarding PaaS? Okay, if no question, then we will go for a SaaS. Okay. Now suppose organization has created one application like CRM or OMS or
Yeah,
any
yeah.
orchestration
Anil,
application.
just give me.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry to disturb you. Just heads up. I will rejoin within 3 to 5 minutes. I have another meeting. Yeah, I will rejoin
Okay,
within
fine.
5 minutes. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So Yogesh, Sunil, Channappa, please ask your questions. Okay.
Yeah, sure, will ask.
Okay. Till now, whatever I taught, is it clear to you? Or I mean all of you? If you have any question in previous slide, you can ask me. Okay. I am just
Yeah, no
going
question.
backward. Okay, so we are at SaaS point now. Okay, so software as a service. So here basically the main application comes in a picture. Okay, that will be used by worldwide and that is for all kind of customers. So SaaS in SaaS basically website or CRM based website or ordering website, that kind of things are present, and we are going to check whether the application is behaving correctly or not. Means we are we can do negative testing as well for SaaS. Means every application is running, means basically the backend is nothing but microservice, and that microservice is running inside a pod. Okay, so at that time but I am putting one pod down. Okay, I am killing particular pod, and at that time this application has to be work properly. So that is the main testing as a part of SaaS. So is it clear?
Hey,
Because
can you explain
yes.
what is pod?
Okay, so pod is having containers, okay, and container is having that particular microservices running, okay. So if I am killing a pod, okay, pod is come under Kubernetes, okay. Basically, uh, Docker is having container, okay, and one pod can contain multiple containers, okay, one container or two container. So if I am shutting down any pod or I am killing a pod, at that time what is going to impact? That particular containers are going to be impacted. Okay, those are going down. Containers are going down means that particular microservice is going down. Okay, whichever is running inside that container. So if microservice is going down, at that time that application will run or not, that we have to check as a part of SaaS. And ideally that application has to run seamlessly, because we are using KTS, I mean Kubernetes thing, okay, where there is always, we are keeping always resiliency, okay. Means there won't be only one pod, okay.
So pod is nothing
Yes,
but a server,
pod is nothing but
but a server. Is it correct?
s- not exactly server. It, you can say, microservice running inside a pod.
Okay.
We have means two type of approach. One is monolithic and one is microservice. So microservices is nothing but we are putting one service into many chunks, and that particular chunk is running inside one particular pod. And it is like that.
Okay.
So as a part of PaaS testing, we are checking whether when I am killing particular pod, at that time another replica of that pod is getting generated or not. Okay. And as a part of SaaS testing, when I am killing a pod at that time, application should not stuck or should not go down. That load balancing has to be done by other pod. That kind of testing we are checking as a part of SaaS. So basically on us there is one or multiple VMs. Okay. On each VM there is a K test. Okay. And some VMs will be used for database thing. Okay. And on once AS is ready, PaaS is ready, then SaaS will come in picture and application will be run on SaaS. So this is how it is, and each component is interconnected with another component. So if you have to do SaaS testing, indirectly PaaS and AS testing also come in picture. If you are doing PaaS testing, indirectly AS testing also come in a picture. So this is how it is. So if you have any question, you can ask me because we are almost done with
Uh,
overview.
Anil sir, what demo we will do for cloud testing? What all demos we'll do?
Basically, we will try to create one Docker Kubernetes thing, and we are going to delete particular pod. Okay, and as a part of that, that application has to run successfully like that. Then another thing is I am running an application, okay, on AWS, okay, and as a part of that application, means what metrics come in a picture, means basically when I am hitting that application, okay, at that time, uh, means we are going to check CPU utilize. Basically, here we are using test application, so CPU utilization won't be that much high, but we are going to check these things as well as a part of demo. Means you are talking about practical, right? What exact practical
Yeah,
we are going
yes.
to do?
Practical, what all we will cover. You will create pods and
Means
show us.
basically what I will show ki one particular application is created using this KTS and Docker thing, okay? And that particular application how it is behaving, because in day-to-day life what you I think what you might be doing, there is a in premise. If you are not working on a cloud project, then all these things will be new. Okay, first I have to give overview of what is meant by VM, KTS, Docker, those things. Then I have to show you practical how Docker image is created, then how it is deployed, how KTS come in a picture. And as a part of that, I will show one, basically means whatever point I discuss, this thing I will show you. Okay. And as a part of that, we are going to run some test cases, like that. Cloud testing will be done. Right
Oh,
now, I think you might be using a standalone application which is deployed on a WebLogic server or something like that. Okay, and you are accessing it and you are doing functionality testing. Is it?
yes, yes.
Okay, so in cloud, basically these things will come in a picture. Okay, KTest, Docker, and those things.
Okay.
So
Because
after
whenever
deploying
you are going, yes.
after deploying an application, what needs to
Hmm.
test in? Can we
Okay.
have a checklist like this is the first step to entry and this is the last step of exiting cloud testing, uh, like that? So first we will check the whatever CPU utilization, load balancers. We will check load balancer testing. Then uh, XYZ and DB related things and uh, uh, performance related things in the multiple browsers, how it is behaving, and what how all those things like 1 to 5.
Mm,
Not now.
so,
After the session also, if you can provide that doc or anything, then that will be helpful.
okay. So we are going means like as PaaS SaaS. Okay, means first we are going to create server. Okay, on server we are going to check these things. Okay, that is nothing but sanity test. After that we are creating a platform. Then on that we are going to deploy this thing, and we are checking the behavior of pods and this thing. We will scale up particular number of pods as well. Okay, and as a part of SaaS, we will run one small website. Okay, and when I am killing a pod, how that particular website is behaving. Okay, so that kind of testing we are going to do as a part of cloud testing. And first few lectures will be theory, what is meant by KTS, why we are using Docker, then what is monolithic, what is microservices, that kind of things will be there.
Okay.
Because when you are going to face any interview, at that time they will ask you regarding the projects and those things. Okay, so if you make your hands dirty, okay, like means how to kill particular pod. Okay, that means right now listening to these things is very easy. I mean, sounds good, okay. But what are the commands to bring up a pod? What is the command to kill the pod? Okay, so all these things come in a picture when we are doing actual cloud testing.
Will security cover in this session?
That is basically totally another topic, okay. Means there
Okay.
we are using again third party tools and those things. So that won't get covered. Means I
Okay.
can explain theoretically, but practically I can't show that thing particularly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anil sir, what tools we will learn? The demo wise, practically any testing tool.
Testing tool means basically you will get exposure for K-test, Docker, how these things are working. That kind of exposure you will get. Means basically you can say cloud environment exposure you will get, and because of cloud environment how application is getting impacted, that thing you will get.
So no JMeter or some we'll use for testing. No tool like that.
JMeter we can use, okay, means if you want to do means if you want to crash particular application, okay, by putting so hitting so much API, at that time we can use, but that comes under performance testing. Means that is another load runner, JMeter, that is another topic basically, performance testing. As a part of cloud testing, what things we are considering and how to approach those things, that I will show. I will check with team whether I have to show JMeter or not. Okay. Any questions? Can you tell me what kind of testing are you doing? Means UI testing or enterprise application testing, or and how many of you are working on cloud technology, or all are working on traditional approach? One by one, Yogesh.
Yep. Give
Yogesh.
me 1 second. Yep.
Okay, till that point, Venkat.
Yeah, coming to me, we we used multiple things. One is UI testing, and that is, as you said, the traditional approach we will follow, and then API testing, and that we
Mm-hmm.
use Postman, and
Mm,
there is multiple integrations and so many services we will use and test the APIs. And previously, I worked for cloud security, and there we
mm-hmm.
have multiple providers were there. Before 6 months ago, there is AWS, Azure, GCP, OpenStack are there. So there I
Mm-hmm.
worked for compliance completely. That is comes under governance, risk, and compliance. And so we need to run something, and we need to configure. For example, IAM is there, identity and access management. Need to
Mm,
create roles and so many things, and as well as create the virtual machines and set up
mm-hmm.
the so many things in the cloud, and which are working fine or not by using some the scripts are there. We need to run those scripts, and if there is any uh, changes required in the script, we need to adjust that things in the script, and according to fail the test cases and pass those things. That we were
Okay.
done. And before that, I worked for mobile applications, and so in that virtual
So,
mobiles, yeah.
as a part of cloud testing, you have touched IAM only, and by giving particular roles and those things, whether that particular user is able to log in or whether he is having permission or not. That kind of testing you have done, right?
Yeah, that is one
Mm.
single part, and there are so many services are there, right? We have virtual machine is there, networks are there, so that networks need to configure. There is protocols are there, IPv4, IPv6,
Mm.
and so
No, but
that
configuring means you are only giving IP address, assigning IP address or putting particular VM in particular network. That kind of configuration, or are you
yeah,
talking
that
about
kind of
some other?
yes,
Okay.
that kind of configuration only,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's it. So many other functional concepts are there in the UI, and with related to cloud. So same thing we need to test in different cloud environments. For different cloud
Oh,
environments,
oh.
different setup is there. From launching server onwards, everything we need to take care in test environment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Channappa?
Yeah, hi Anil. You are testing
Hi.
and as well as functional testing.
Can you please repeat what testing?
You are testing as well as functional testing.
Okay, UI and functional. Okay, fine. Sunil, I think Sunil dropped. Okay, so I think you got the syllabus already. Okay, if you have any question regarding syllabus as well, you can ask me. Else we can end the session.
And one more thing, you have explained a few things in a very better way as as part of my experience. So that's really great. But what I am expecting is some different scenarios, and after deploying an application, exactly what we will test in the cloud. That
Okay,
only I,
one
uh,
question is for you. Okay, means when you were in cloud testing, at that time, were you is your environment is having that KTS and Docker things?
yes, of course, Kubernetes were there.
Okay, so at that time, if pod resiliency means Kubernetes contains pod, okay, and okay, through master node you are going to control these things, okay. So
Yes.
if you are killing a pod, okay, at that time how website is behaving, okay, that kind of positive as well as negative testing comes under cloud testing, and that thing we
Yeah,
are going to check
yeah.
here.
Apart from this
Apart
yeah,
apart from that, basically, from
that
our
kind of
point of view,
not only that pod related, other services related things also we need to test.
mm, I will
Other
go
service,
through syllabus
yeah,
one more time, okay, and
yeah,
I will,
oh,
I will inform the team. They will inform to you.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah. Really nice talking to you.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah,
Okay. Then, if nobody has question, we are ending the session. Okay.
yeah. May I know when can I get update or for next
I
session?
I think team will contact you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.